And there wasn't really one person that stood out. It was pretty much like the entire group. So at this time, I want to recognize Arcadia Leo Club. Are they here?
Throughout the course of just one school year, Leo Club has offered more than 80 hours of community service. But more importantly, we've also forged new relationships with people. We've created new experiences. And most importantly, we've made an impact through our events.
Out of all the events, I'd say I definitely enjoyed the Temple City Halloween Carnival the most. I remember seeing these kids having fun and the looks of happiness on their parents' faces, watching their kids being free and playing. We got the opportunity to help out monitoring the activities and passing out candy. And I personally got to help out with the bouncy castle, which was actually my favorite when I was little. And I could just feel all the good energy around me. And I was so grateful to be able to make these memories for these families, just how other people had done for me when I was little.
My most memorable experience with Leo Club would probably be the Rose Parade float decorating event. It was my first big volunteering event, and I was able to volunteer alongside my fellow Leos and cutting up roses and pasting them onto the floats. It was really fun, and I remember us volunteers making a game out of it, and time just flew by really quickly. The Rose Parade is something that is a symbol of pride, and I am grateful to have been able to participate in such a large event.
Conducting the Eyeglass Drive was truly one for the books. The drive was in partnership with Lions Club and resulted in the gathering of hundreds of glasses for those in need. On top of that, the Eyeglass Drive was a huge bonding event for Leos because all the members were involved in preparing for the event. I remember getting to know more about my fellow Leos as we decorated shoe boxes that would contain the donated glasses.
If there was ever an event that volunteers would never forget, we would have to say, the Doodah Parade!
This event was a celebration of fun and was the epitome of pure joy.
From dancers in elaborate costumes riding on their floats to people getting lost in the crowd.
There was never a moment of silence during the parade, and the vibrancy and excitement of this parade was unlike any other event.
Not only did we let out our inner child, we helped spread the message that the world needed a little more happiness and that people just needed to let loose sometimes.
One of my most favorite volunteering events this year has been at the Ronald McDonald House. It enabled me to transform my passion of cooking and food into an act of giving. During this event, many Leo members gathered around to help less fortunate families make a meal, consisting of spaghetti, salad, fruit, and garlic bread. Many of these families had a lot on their plate, whether it was helping their kids go through an illness or recover from a surgery. But us Leos were more than happy to help them, even if it was as simple as cooking. It also reaffirmed the notion that any act of kindness, whether it is big or small, is worth doing.
During the Walk for Alzheimer's, we were basically a pep team, cheering on the participants who were supporting the cause. We were given a big box of party supplies, and I remember choosing the shutter shades and a microphone to cheer everyone on as loudly as I could. I remember seeing the participants walk through the start line and return to the finish line, and I was so proud to be part of a community that cared.
My favorite experience was 626 Golden Street. So even though that day there was so much rain, it was such a great experience seeing all of these different cities, for example, Arcadia, Monrovia, Pasadena working together. It was really amazing to see them supporting biking and exercising. It was really worth it seeing all these priceless faces, especially since last year they couldn't do it because of the weather. There was also a Sasquatch walking around.
Volunteering at the first Tech Challenge was an absolutely mind-blowing experience. As field resets, we made sure that the playing field was ready for the next competitor, and there was this high-energy environment that kept everyone abuzz. There were so many good vibes going around, from the volunteer squad all the way to the competitors.
We had 2 booths at the Los Angeles Environmental Education Fair. We had the Watershed booth, in which little kids were able to explore a model of a city that engaged in ocean dumping. They were able to see the horrible effects of pollution on the oceans. We also have the bird feeder booth, in which little kids were able to make their own bird feeders out of peanut butter and bird seed. They are able to take it home, see birds up close, and learn about their importance.
So, Leo Club has definitely made me into the person I am today. And it's allowed me and so many others to create smiles for everybody in our community. And I could not be more grateful for everybody who has made this club such a success. You know, our organization is only as good as our members, and our members this year have been just amazing. Thank you, Leo Club.